Okay, welcome back to It Pays to Save, where we're going to show you some smart, simple, successful strategies for finding financial freedom. As you know, this is a 4-step program, and we're going to discuss getting started. However, before we get started, it's recommended that you watch the first 2 introductory steps. So if you haven't had a chance to watch those, please go back and take a look at those. This plan's been put together to follow step by step, and it's very important that you start off on the right foot. Some steps may be easier to complete than others, but it's impossible to skip ahead and retire rich while you are still living from paycheck to paycheck. Even if you're not living from paycheck to paycheck, you can still gather useful information that can save you hundreds of dollars a month from your daily expenses. You will learn how to turn a few extra dollars a week into well-needed cash flow and an extra couple of $100 a month into a fortune. In fact, all you need in order to become truly wealthy and completely change your financial future is a few extra dollars a month and an easy-to-follow plan. The first few steps of any program are going to be the hardest, and there's no exception here. On the positive side, once you get through the first 2 steps, you will be finished with all the negative aspects of personal finance and be well on your way to creating true wealth and living the life you've always dreamed of. But the earlier you start, the better. In the introduction, we went into great detail how important time is when it comes to creating wealth. It's time along with intelligent choices and smart financial planning that will lead to true wealth. You do not need a lot of money to make a lot of money. You do, however, need to get started now. The reality is, if you're spending more money than you're making, the chance of you ever becoming truly wealthy are pretty slim. You will never find financial freedom by digging yourself in a hole month after month. Living above your means and spending money on things you really can't afford may leave you feeling good at the end of the day, but at the end of the month, it will only leave you with bigger bills and more of them. The good news is that you're not alone. There are literally millions of people who are in the same boat, and there is something you can do about it. You don't have to accept being broke all the time as an ordinary way of life. There is more to life than working all month to pay your bills. Your financial future can be brighter. All you have to do is take a little time to work with this program and follow some of these very simple steps. The reason many of us are living from paycheck to paycheck are the huge monthly payments made to creditors for large purchases. Believe me, they will derail any plan you have to create true wealth. Even though credit card debt is the biggest hurdle when it comes to personal finance, that's not where we're going to start. We will discuss credit cards in step 2. But first we have to start saving money on your daily expenses so that we can start paying down those cards. This program works by examining where your paycheck goes. By dissecting your daily expenses and your monthly cost of living, you free up the money you need to quickly pay down your debt. Then the money you are spending on your debt will finance your future. But before we can start paying down the larger bills, we have to look at the smaller ones first. It's not that people plan to fail, it's that they just fail to plan. Believe it or not, by saving just a few extra dollars each month on your basic utility payments, or the $10 a week you can save on groceries, will be all you need to put you on the track to true wealth. You will have to make some small temporary sacrifices, but continuing to live paycheck to paycheck will only lead to a life of debt, which could result in bankruptcy, foreclosure, or even eviction. Remember, if you choose to do nothing, nothing will happen, and of course nothing will change. Don't worry, all the sacrifices that you will be making to save $1 here or $10 there are only temporary. After you make a few small changes in your spending habits, you use that cash flow to pay off your debt. And after you're completely out of debt and on a level playing field, you take the money that you were spending paying off your debt and invest it in your future. Changing negatives into positives is the key to this plan. You're going to be surprised on how small monthly investments, also known as your old debt payment, can grow into large fortunes. Would you rather have your hard-earned money paying off the past or financing your future? You work hard for your money, spend it wisely, and make it work hard for you. Financial freedom takes a little planning, and becoming wealthy will take a little time, but it's worth it. And creating wealth doesn't happen overnight, but every day you put off controlling your spending, the harder and longer it will take to truly become wealthy. So make a plan to take a little time each day to secure your future. There's no better time than now to start growing your money. Okay, so what do we need to get started? You need to gather up every bill that you pay on a regular basis. Your rent, your mortgage, homeowner's insurance, HOA fees or condo fees, your car payment, your car insurance, if you get your car serviced on a regular basis, if you have to get your car registered and inspected annually. If you take public transportation, the amount you pay for gas each week, tolls, parking, electric, gas, water, your home phone, internet, cable, cell phones, credit card bills, line of credit, student loans, 401k loans, daycare, school supplies, tuition, boarding, pet food, grooming, and pet boarding, groceries and entertainment. And you're also going to need Microsoft Excel, or you can use Google Docs. Once you have all of that gathered, we'll be able to create our first interactive spreadsheet and move on to the next step. Let's get started. Now that you're ready to get started, we're going to move to the next step, which is our first spreadsheet, the pay stub spreadsheet. Step number 5. Please remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and visit paystosave.com, where you can find the workbooks and ebooks that go along with this program, the customizable spreadsheets, newly released and updated content, exclusive content, some limited time offers, and even some freebies. Again, that's at paystosave.com, where you can find everything for your financial freedom in one place.